Alright squad, welcome back to the channel. I've been getting a lot of requests since Season 1 release to do an updated Search and Destroy class video for Black Ops Cold War. So that is what we're going to do today. I'm going to show you guys all my classes and all my settings for any of you guys that would like to see them. And for everyone else that always asks, because I always forget to say in the video, I run 800 DPI on my mouse. 800 DPI. I always forget to put that in the video, so I'm saying it right now. But with that being said, we're going to go over all my classes. These are, of course, classes for pubs. These are not classes for competitive, but you can modify them to work for competitive. They're kind of, sort of close-ish to what I've used in competitive when playing with my buddy lunchtime, but for the most part, these are just pubs classes, so keep that in mind when watching the video. I've got it all broken down for you. I hope you enjoy. Leave a like if you do. If you are new to the channel as well and you don't want to miss on any Search and Destroy content, do me a favor and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. We're on that road to 80,000. With that being said, though, let's go ahead and hop into the video. Alright, so I have a lot of different combinations with the way my classes work, so I'm gonna do my best to go through these as quickly as I possibly can and break them down for you, but there's a lot more combinations with stuff than there was in Modern Warfare, for me at least. So, starting off with our rush classes, I have 3 main rush classes. My SMG of choice for these rush classes is the AK-74U. The AK-74U is the best SMG in the game right now and my favorite one to use. Another one that's really good to mention is the BULLFROG. The BULLFROG is also a very strong SMG. If the 74U gets nerfed, the BULLFROG will probably take the King SMG spot. Attachments for both of these guns, I run the GRU suppressor, the Liberator barrel, speed grip, 40 round speed mag, and the Spetnaz field grip on my AK-74U. I know I'm gonna get asked GRU suppressor or sound suppressor, whichever one you prefer. Honestly, as far as damage range goes, the sound suppressor is honestly the better one to run compared to the GRU. I don't know why. I just love the way the GRU feels with the 74U, and I really like the iron sights the GRU gives the gun. I don't know what it is, if it's just the recoil and whatnot, but I really like it. And I know between both the guns, there is a little bit of a damage range drop off, but I've used both the sound suppressor and the GRU, and I don't really notice the damage drop off distance that much. I think mostly that's because I really play in this game. I really keep my SMG to close range because they get outgunned by rifles no matter what you have on. A rifle will murder you, or a sniper. So I stay really close range. I feel like that's why I don't really notice the difference. But whichever one works for you, honestly, sound suppressor is probably the better one. I just really prefer the GRU, so that's what I use. Another question I'm gonna get asked: Liberator or Task Force barrel? I'm team Liberator. I read a poll on Twitter a few days ago. We were talking about this on stream, twitch.tv/DylanSeek, by the way. Go follow me. I stream pretty much every single day. Stop by. But I did a poll on Twitter, and it was pretty much dead tied between which one do people use on this gun, Liberator or Task Force, and it was straight tied. I prefer the Liberator because bullet velocity in this game just feels like I want it as fast as I could possibly have it, because bullet velocity just seems like it is the wave in this game. Make it as fast as you possibly can. So I go Liberator. I also recently saw a video from Exclusive Ace talking about the Task Force barrel, and he said in the video that essentially the Task Force barrel in core game modes only really helps with headshots. As far as your kill time at different ranges with the AK-74U, it doesn't really affect it, so that makes me not really want to use it even more. I don't know. I've always preferred the Liberator, and I don't like all the added recoil that happens with Task Force. So I'm team Liberator. If you like the Task Force, you can run the Task Force. That's fine, but it's not a bad option. But in my opinion, Liberator is the better option. Moving on to the BULLFROG, though, quickly go over those attachments too. My BULLFROG attachments. I currently run the regular sound suppressor. I run the Liberator barrel on this as well. Speed grip, of course, because it's an SMG, got to have that rush speed. And the Spetnaz field grip, and then we run no stock. That is what we run on our BULLFROG class. So continuing on with my rush classes, though, I have 3. 74U is the main thing. What's the difference between these classes? So we have a smoke class, we have a spycraft class, and we have a ghost class. So the main 2 I flip through are these, and the smoke class is there for specific maps that I like smokes on, in which case I just flip between Ghost and Spycraft on the class itself. But it is nice having a Spycraft and a Ghost class that's identical to each other, just always. You can flip through them whenever you are rushing, and you know, you never know if you're not paying attention. Enemy gets a UAV, they call it in, and you can quickly swap to it right as the round starts before it's too late. Just to make sure to have it, so you don't have to edit the class for it. You just have one on standby. It's nice to have. But we're running the 6 perk setup on the SMGs: TAC Mask, Flak Jacket, Quartermaster Gearhead, Ninja Spycraft, or Ninja Ghost, depending on which class you're running. Everything else is the same. We got the stim shot, the frag, and the field mic. On my rush classes, I tend to use field mic just for the sake of I don't really I don't really need the trophy unless I like plant the bomb and throw it down with the rush class. But typically when I'm planning on rushing specifically, I'm not really rush planting. I'm more rush flanking, in which case I kind of like the field mic to just drop it outside a building or whatever, or drop it on a bomb site as I run past it. So if I know if enemies run back to it that I've missed anything like that, I like running the field mic for that purpose. So that's why I run field mic over trophy for the rush classes in particular. As far as secondary go, pretty much every secondary in this game is good. Like all of them are good. It's kind of weird. You know, the melee is useless for the guys that don't know. The knife does not give you speed in this game, so we don't run it. The fastest way to run is an SMG with the speed grip. So secondary, you're kind of open to use whatever you want because of that. All the pistols are fantastic. They are all good. My personal favorite is the Daimati. I know the Magnums are also really good. The Akimbo Magnums are probably the best secondary in the game right now. The problem with the Akimbo Magnums is the hit detection sucks. The hit detection on these guns, I was talking about this with my buddy Hummus Thunder. We were talking about this because we both liked the Magnum Akimbos. We both unlocked them. We're using them in search. They're like, you have to flip a coin every time you shoot them on whether or not they'll hit the person. And so they're not very reliable. And I don't want a gun that's not reliable in search and destroy because I only have one life. I don't want to flip a coin in a gunfight. So I run the dual burst pistols, and these are very reliable and they are disgusting. Probably the most entertaining secondary in my opinion, because these things kill so fast. It's not even funny. Love these guns. Shotguns are also good secondaries. You've got the Hewer and the Gallo. They're both solid. Not amazing. I honestly prefer the pistols to the shotguns in this game. One shotgun that I know most people don't have, which I still happen to have, is the Street Sweeper. Probably my favorite shotgun in the game would be the Street Sweeper if I were to pick one. So once this thing comes out mid-season, people can abuse it. Here's my current setup for any of you guys that happen to still have it, like me. UI error. Dope. Thanks, game. We got the Sound Suppressor. We've got the Ranger Barrel. 5 milliwatt laser, WI error. You can tell this is definitely a gun I'm not supposed to have. We got the 18 round drum, and we have the no stock. For you guys that don't know, this gun was accidentally released for like 12 hours in Warzone. The like challenge for it was visible, so a bunch of people completed it, and as long as it's still on your class, you still have it, and I left it on a class, so I still have it. My attachments for the pistols, I run the Sound Suppressor, I run the Task Force Barrel, 5 milliwatt laser, 30 round mag, and then I run the dual wield on it. I mainly run the 30 wield here just to keep for the sake of this blueprint itself. You could also run the fast mag too. That's perfectly fine. Fast mag is probably better, but I usually run 30 round just because it keeps with the blueprint that I have for it. But want to note, fast mag probably the better option. Moving on to the class that I haven't really touched in a while, and this is my burst class. This is my rifle class. This is my I'm no longer having fun. I'm gonna use this class. Okay, this is the AUG. The AUG, I don't think I've even used this gun since season 1 came out. I haven't really touched it, but it is still king. The AUG is still king. As far as rifle goes, there's plenty of good options in this game. The AUG is easily the best one to run in SnD right now. Besides, honestly, the Stoner LMG. The Stoner LMG is probably the next best gun in the game, if not better than the AUG. This gun is amazing. But as far as AUG goes, if we're talking a reliable, trusty rifle class, the AUG, this is the AUG class. So attachment wise, I run the quick dot LED. Run whichever sight you want. I know a lot of people don't like the quick dot. A lot of people like the mill stop. I don't know what it is, but my aim is terrible with the mill stop on the AUG. I don't know why. I'm bad with it. So I like the quick dot. The quick dot I dig. The 3x scope is also pretty good as well. We run the Task Force Barrel. We run the Field Agent Grip, Jungle Grip, and then we have the CQB pad stock. For the AUG setup secondary, we're still running the pistols, stim shot frag trophy system because it's a rifle class. My rifle classes, I tend to run trophies because I tend to, sit in Heglitch areas that I'd like to not get naded off of. So with that being said, we go over to perks. We have Flak Jacket, Tac Mask, we have Gearhead Quartermaster, and we have Ninja Spycraft. Same attachments as the Rush class, is just the 6 perks. We also will switch out Spycraft if we need to for Ghost. As far as setup for the Stoner, though, I did just mention that this is one of the best guns in the game. I'm still unlocking it, so I don't really have a full setup for it. Here's what I was currently running on it in the video I made on the Stoner. We had the 3x scope, we had the 18.6 barrel, just a regular 4-grip, 100-round mag, and the field tail. Like I said, I haven't really unlocked much on this game, so I don't have like a full setup for you guys. Same goes for another gun that I know people are going to ask me about, which is the DMR. Haven't gotten a chance to try out the DMR, and the Type 63 I haven't got a chance to super level up, so I don't really have setups for those specifically. M16 versus AUG, I'd still take AUG over M16. I think M16 is still really good, but in my opinion, AUG feels better to me. I think the AUG's the better one. So the AUG's the one that I have maxed out right now. Again, I'm working on leveling up all these tac rifles, and I'm sure I'll have setups for them in the next class video. But right now, I just really don't. Not to mention the fact that the DMR is probably going to get nerfed like really soon because of how good it is in Warzone. So it's not really that needed to max out that gun in particular, in my opinion. Stoner and AUG are probably the top two in search right now, in my opinion. All right, moving on to my sniper setups, which in my opinion are the best classes to run in search and destroy, period. Lawbreaker, SMG, Sniper is the wave. Snipers still don't have any flinch, and because they don't have any flinch, they are insane because you can't outgun them at all. If they're ADS'd, you're dead 9 times out of 10. It is extremely hard to outgun a sniper. Snipers are unbelievable. Snipers are like fighting a pre-patch 725 in Modern Warfare. You just can't. Continuing on, I have a Ghost Sniper class, and I have a Spycraft Sniper class. We're running Lawbreaker, Flak Jacket Ghost Ninja, or Flak Jacket Spycraft Ninja. We're always running Flak Jacket for the sake of nades, and we've also got that trophy system on as well, just to keep us safe from all the nades possible, guys. Pretty much the only way to kill a sniper is if you get killed by equipment in this game. Yeah, we're on SMG primary, sniper secondary. We're running the Tundra. That's the sniper go-to. It's the best one to run in search right now. Muzzle, we've got the Stabilizer 308. We have got the Tiger Team Barrel, the Steady Aim Laser, Airborne Elastic Wrap, and we have the Marathon stock for our attachments on our Tundra. Another gun I would like to showcase real quick, just as like an honorable mention. This is in my first class video, and this still stands. There's lots of rifles that are good in this game. They rebuff the FAR, so it's really good. The new Groza is really good. The Krig is also very strong. My personal favorite rifle is still the AK-47, and I love the AK-47 in this game. My attachment setup for it, we have the Liberator Barrel, we have the Spetnez Grip, we have the 40-round Speed Mag, the Spetnez Field Tape, and the no stock on the gun. It's kind of more of just like a mid-range aggressive-esque rifle setup. If you're going to run a full-auto rifle, play kind of mid-range aggressive, this is the rifle I'd go with personally. This is what I run. I love the AK-47. Same setup as the AUG for this one, same like class-wise, just everything else, just the gun's different. I want to quickly show that because the AK-47 wasn't in the original list, but it is still a top-tier rifle. Highly recommend using it if you're looking for a full-auto rifle instead of a burst gun. All right, moving on from my classes to score streaks, I'm always running a UAV. I'm always running a UAV. I'm usually running artillery strike and then cruise missile. Those are the two best ones to go if you could get on a streak high enough. It takes like what, like a 10 or 11 kill streak to get to these, but when you get to them, or if you get a bunch of score extra throughout the game to get them towards the end, these streaks pretty much guarantee a round win when you use them. If you use them both in the same round, guarantee a round. You can use one or the other on some maps, like Satellite, for example. You need one cruise missile on Satellite, and you'll get a quad 9 times out of 10, and you will get in a round win. It is just really nice streaks to have. They take a while to get in search of destroying this game, but they are worth it. The Napalm is also a decent one to run. It's okay. It's much lower score, so it's easier to get, but it isn't as powerful, and it's not as like round winning as the other two are. Another score streak worth mentioning is the Harp. Very good streak to run. Very hard to get those. 6,000 score. Odds of you getting that SnD are very low, but if you can, again, it'll probably guarantee you a round win. All right, moving on to my settings. I play keyboard and mouse. For those of you guys that do, I know I get asked a lot, do you play controller, play keyboard and mouse? I switched to keyboard and mouse at the end of May. If I remember correctly, it was like May 30th, 2020. I switched to keyboard and mouse, so I'm still a bit of a KBM noob, but I played enough to where I'm pretty confident with my settings, and I run what I run. So I'm gonna show you guys my settings. If you guys would like to use them, you're welcome to. If you don't want to use them, that's cool too. Whatever works for you is what you should run with your settings. I always say that. Don't let a YouTuber tell you that their settings are the best settings on planet Earth, because 9 times out of 10, they're not, unless it's like sound settings. Sound settings, you can listen to those, because if someone goes into those stay the same. But like in terms of settings and keybinds and sensitivity and all that stuff, that's really more of a preference thing than anything else. But with that being said, I run an 800 DPI and a 4 sensitivity. Everything else, I will scroll down. I'll go quiet, and I'm just going to scroll through every single setting and keybind I have on this game, including my graphic settings, for anybody that wants to see them. All right, one thing I would like to note with my settings, I don't currently have any controller settings because I haven't played controller on this game yet, but so I don't know what sensitivity I'd run. But as far as like actual settings for controller in this game, I can tell you right now, I'm running button layout tactical. I usually keep my ADS sensitivities default. I don't really like messing with those. I like it perfectly fine how it is. And then I usually just run whatever horizontal vertical sensitivity works for me. But pretty much the only thing that changed my settings is button layout tactical. I run a scuff controller with 2 paddles on the back. My left paddle is jump, my right paddle is my melee, and then my right thumbstick is my crouch. That's what I run for my controller settings. I'm very simple for anybody wanting to know them. That's all I run. I keep it simple with the controller. Like I said, I haven't played controller on this game yet, but I know that you guys want to know my controller settings. That's what they would be. Whatever sensitivity works, plus button layout tactical. That's really it. All right, that is going to be it for the video. I hope I explained things in a decent way. I did my best to go through it. There's definitely a lot more classes to showcase this time around, but since there's a lot of things that are good in this game, which I want to show you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it helps. If you have any questions, leave me a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer as many of them as I possibly can. If you enjoyed, once again, leave a like. If you're new as well, do me a favor and subscribe. And I will catch you all in the next one. Seek and Destroy is Pasiger.